Starbucks is indeed the joy of our lives, and we are currently here ready to tell you about the history and influences. Also, we're drinking a toasted white chocolate mocha with almond milk and no sprinkle.
And a venti almond peppermint hot chocolate with no one holding the Pikes Peak coffee. The first founders of Starbucks were Gordon Bowker, a writer, Jerry Baldwin, an English teacher, and Z. Siegel, a history teacher. They all met when going to school at the University of San Francisco. All of the founders came from academia and loved coffee and tea. Alfred Peet inspired them, being a Dutch immigrant who imported Arabic coffees to the U.S. during the 1950s, then opening Peet's Coffee and Tea in 1966. His success inspired the Starbucks founders to sell high-quality coffee.
Bowker, Baldwin, and Siegel invested in borrowed money to open up the first Starbucks in Pike Place Market, Seattle, Washington in 1971. They didn't actually sell coffee at first, but only the beans and coffee-making equipment. Then Howard Schultz went to Milan and was fascinated by his first cafe latte and the environment of the shop. Schultz thought this should be in the U.S., people drinking coffee or lattes and just talking or relaxing in the coffee shop. So he started his own coffee chain using Starbucks beans. Later, him and some investors bought out Starbucks. His goal was to make a place where everyone felt right at home.
Starbucks grows their beans in Latin America, Africa, and Asian Pacific. They are part of the Sustainable Coffee Challenge to sustain the future coffee bean supply, along with the Global Farmer Fund, providing $50 million in supporting farmers to renovate and pursue sustainable practices.
The main logo is the siren, the two-tailed mermaid. In Greek mythology, she lured sailors to shipwreck off the coast of an island in the South Pacific. The founders used this to lure coffee lovers to the store. The logo and name of store has changed over the years from Starbucks Coffee, Tea, and Spice to just Starbucks Coffee. The logo has kept the original siren, but has made changes in order to make it a more polished or simple and clean look.
The name of the coffee chain comes from the first mate on the Pequod ship, Starbuck, from Moby Dick. They were considering the names Cargo House or Pequod, also from Moby Dick, but Terry Huckler, who helped design the logo, was obsessed with old marine books and said it needed a stronger name, something that started with a ST. With an old mining map, they came across the town Starbow, which reminded them of Starbuck in Moby Dick. Moby Dick honestly has nothing to do with coffee, so I suppose they just really like the book a lot. And most of the books influenced by Starbucks are about the shop's history or coffee, such as The Tales of the Siren, A Starbucks Melody, which is about the relationships with customers, partners, friendships, and coffee education, describing the uniqueness of the chain. There is also Pour Your Heart Into It, about where Starbucks comes from, written by Howard Schultz himself, and lastly, Onward, also written by Schultz, about the problem solving and growth of the company even through bad times, such as the downturn of the economy in 2008.
Starbucks holds many strong values that they pride themselves in, including creating a culture of warmth and belonging where everyone is welcome, acting with courage, challenging the status quo, and finding new ways to grow the company and each other, being present, connecting with transparency, dignity, and respect, and delivering the best in all they do and holding themselves accountable for the results.
For our course objectives, we've hoped to accomplish more than just these four, but these were the most important for our particular project. First, to demonstrate the value Starbucks holds, then all of the connections from Moby Dick to the very first founders to Howard Schultz. Then, well, we also talk a lot, which we believe we're very engaged. And lastly, having close readings of text to gather information and insights. And Zev Zeigel. Siegel, like the bird. All right. Imported
Arabic.
I can't read, I told you.
Arabic.
This is not a good thing for me.
I think this is a good one.
Arabic with the Global Farmer Fund. Global Farmer Fund provides dollars in supporting farmers to remote and pursue
Renovate. This is renovate.
What did I even say?
Remote? Advice to just Starbucks. Starbucks.
We sell
That's what it
cars.
should have been. The logo.
Team comes from the first mate and
I don't know how to say that. Pequode?
Pequode. The Moby Dick ship.
The Pequode.
But who wants a Pequode coffee? You know, the afterward. Also written.
Onward.
I don't know what we're doing after, but himself.
Next
12.
slide.
5 minutes late. Wait, man, we need a sign. Just hold it up. 5 minutes later. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, you want to go make that sign?
Oh,
Okay.
I might have. That's why I've never been an actress in my life.
Yeah, I'm
For
playing
our course of...
Sorry, you suck at this.
I've never done this before. I never talked into a computer.
Thank God that's over. Oh God. Wait. Cheers.
Cheers.